hardest and the worst paid jobs in the world.
Some of the hardest, most dangerous, and lowest paid jobs in the world are found in Dhaka, the most densely populated city on the planet, where there are so many people that hiring a man for a day is common. It's cheaper than buying a six-pack of beer. These workers are paid approximately $7 per day. They work 8 to 10 hours a day. Some even work up to 18 hours a day, using their physical strength to earn as little as $6. For this reason, machines are not used for construction or road work. In this country, it is cheaper to hire humans than to rent machines.
Oh my God.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening.
Wait, but how much is that like groceries, you know what I mean? Like, because if you're making $7 a day, surely for you to be living, it's gotta be very, very, very cheap.
I hope you're all doing great. Friends, today we are in the 5th most densely populated country on Earth. We are in Bangladesh, a country that ranks just behind nations like Singapore and Monaco. This means that among large countries, this is the most densely populated...
Yo, chat, look at this guy. Bro, look how he looks at... Oh, no, let me go back. Hey, keep your eyes on guy in red. Look at him. Look at him.
This means that among large countries, this is the most densely populated in the world. Here,
he's making... Who are you, mate? Who are you?
In a territory of 147,000 square kilometers, about 3 times the size of Costa Rica, and nearly the size of Nicaragua, there aren't just 5 million people like in Costa Rica, or 7 million.
He's Bro, do they think he's about to perform a trick? Like, everybody's around him and looking at him like he's gonna do some sort of performance.
Like in Nicaragua. Here, 170 million people live. Everywhere you look, there are people. And as an extra fact, we are in Dhaka, the country's capital, and the most densely populated city in the world. In an area like this, it is estimated that there are approximately 150,000 people per square kilometer. This extreme overpopulation...
Wait, is this like a trend or something? I've seen multiple people around here with orange beards. Is there any reason for that? I'm curious. Orange beards.
Kilometer. This extreme overpopulation has led to an unimaginable and cruel problem. With so many men willing to work, machines are considered an unnecessary luxury. Companies and the government prefer to hire hundreds of workers rather than rent a machine because it is cheaper to pay a man for a week than to rent a machine for a day.
That's crazy!
For this reason, the streets of Dhaka are built with picks and shovels instead of drills, and workers carry tons of materials on their backs instead of using forklifts. Even places like Dubai have imported workers from Bangladesh.
Wait, chat, I'm surprised, like... Let's say, chat, out of curiosity, if I came here, would I be like a king? Or would I just get robbed? Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like, surely if I came here with my money and I could hire one person for $7, right? I would be so rich. Or like any of us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, would food be ridiculously cheap? Like, could I get a McDonald's for $1? Bro, I could hire a whole village of security. Wait, so having an orange beard often signifies a fashion trend. Oh, wait, really? So it literally is a fashion trend.
Instead of using forklifts. Even places like Dubai have imported workers from Bangladesh to build their incredible skyscrapers. One of the major problems caused by extreme overpopulation, which very few people talk about, is the lack of jobs. There are so many people that the job market is oversaturated, making...
For a second, I thought that was a rock. Jeez.
It nearly impossible to find work. On top of that, the overpopulation issue in this city isn't due to a high birth rate. It's not that there are a ton of babies being born every year. In fact, the birth rate is relatively low. Instead, about 700,000 people migrate from rural areas of Bangladesh to Dhaka.
Yo, I've heard of traffic jams, but I've never seen a human jam. Oh my days! Bro, I would just call it a day. I don't leave the house as it is now. You think I'm leaving the house here? Nah.
Every year. This makes things even worse because it becomes harder to find a job, and housing becomes more expensive. For example, imagine that in your town or city, there are 10 taxi drivers covering the entire area and 3 barbers. Now imagine that suddenly, 500 taxi drivers and 300 barbers arrive.
Jeez.
The only way to compete is by drastically lowering.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm loving the public here. Like, they don't give up. Like, they don't care. They just rock up with full confidence. Like, what are you doing then?
Prices. And even then, some people will still be left without work. This is what happens in this city. That's why, on every corner, you see groups of people waiting for their chance, waiting for their moment to work, making labor extremely cheap. This is why Dhaka is cruelly called the City of Machines, because men here are said to work like machines, working 12 to 18 hours a day for an absurdly low wage. In the end, hiring people is cheaper than using machines for almost every—
And people are like still confused to why, you know, big companies are getting their clothes made in these kind of countries. Is because they make an enormous profit. They like a clothing company in the UK or America compared to like somewhere like here. Let's say they're making, I don't know, $15 a top on profit here. They making UK America, they're making $5 a top.
Everything. Right now,
Insane.
we're looking at a building under construction that will be 7 stories tall. It's massive, and it's incredible to see how the foundations, which will be buried maybe 20 or 30 meters underground, are being dug by men. There's no machinery involved, as is common in most large construction projects, because it's much cheaper to pay men to do the work.
I do feel bad, like you do forget, and it is sad. Like, you low-key do forget that there's people living like this across the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, we complain. Like, when you think about it, I complain when McDonald's forget my sauce, right? Whereas, like, these guys are literally $7 a day, 10 hours, 18 hours, hard graft.
Than to bring in an excavator, for example.
Damn,
These workers are paid approximately $7 per day, working 8 to 10 hours
That's
daily.
insane.
The men overseeing the construction are likely supervisors or foremen. What I find shocking is that this boy in pink looks underage to me, as does the one in blue. Hello.
Wait,
yes,
yeah, how old are they?
Hello. He must be underage.
That's 100%
and he's
a
already
kid.
working in construction. With so many people, space is scarce, and rent prices are high. Opening a shop is nearly—
Rent price, well, it can't be that high. Because if they're making $7 a day, rent could not be that high. Otherwise, everyone would be on the street.
impossible. That's why the streets turn into makeshift workshops. This is where shoemakers work.
Oh, they
where
are on the
electricians
street.
repair appliances on street corners.
Oh, shit.
And where vendors set up shop even under parked trucks just to have a place to work and sell. Every square inch of land here is owned by someone. For example, it's not uncommon to find a barber working right on the edge of the street. He tells us that a haircut like this can cost 50 cents. And
50 cents! Yo, if it wasn't so late, I'll call up Jay, my barber, right now. He better give me a big discount tomorrow. I pay £32. I give him a tip because it's Jay. So I pay £40, which is $50. $50 for my trim. 50 cents?
a full cut, including beard trimming, costs 80 cents.
What?
You can even find doctors on the street. He tells us that he earns approximately $120 a month working here on the sidewalk. And he doesn't just do things like measure blood pressure. He even conducts blood sugar tests and provides initial treatments for diabetics.
Oh my
A
god.
blood test costs about $1, and this analysis to check my blood pressure costs around 20 cents.
I know there's so many Americans watching this right now crying. It's okay, Americans. It's okay. We won't talk about your prices. I know. Don't even think about it.
okay?
Don't even think
We're
on
good.
it.
Our blood pressure is like new. For example, on this side of the river, we find someone selling street food.
Why does that actually look good? Yo! Why does that actually look good?
Over here, someone is selling tea. In another small space, someone is selling homemade bread. And if we keep walking toward the riverbank, we find someone who has a small market, thank God, because I need some water. Salam alaikum, Costa Rica.
How much is the water?
Thank you. Bangladesh, beautiful country. There's even a mechanic shop here by the riverbank. These men
I wish he was showing like the prices in the shop and stuff. Because I'm so curious.
have set up a bicycle repair shop right on the edge. Look at all the customers they have. Here's another one fixing a bike, and look at all the ones in line. And back there, the river. The official minimum wage in Bangladesh is 12 takas, 15,500 takas per month, approximately $100, meaning that a large part of the population lives on $3.3 a day or less. One of the hardest, most dangerous, and worst paid jobs in Bangladesh can be found here, on the banks of the Buriganga River. This is one of the toughest jobs in the city. These workers are responsible for repairing or dismantling ships, depending on their condition. Ships arrive, they are placed here, and if they are completely unusable, they are taken apart, piece by piece. All the iron is removed to be reused for construction. They sell the propellers, they sell everything separately. Or, if the ship can still be used, they repair it and put it back in the water. This job is in high demand because this port here is the port.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like, I don't condone criminal activities, right? But like, this just goes to show like how nice people are in these kind of countries, right? Because chat, think about it. Now, actually think about it, chat. Think about it. You're making as little as these. You see this guy rock up with 2 cameras looking like they got money, right? I'm surprised they ain't been robbed. Like, I'm very surprised they ain't been robbed. Because you robbed these and you got so... You made a year plus wage. You made more than a year. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, if I went to a place like this, chat, I would be pissed that I got robbed. But if I got robbed, I wouldn't even be like shocked. I genuinely wouldn't be shocked. I would low-key get it, kind of. I'd be pissed that it happened. But like, damn, bro.
Back in the water. This job is in high demand because this port here is the port of the largest river in all of Southeast Asia. So, many people dedicate themselves to different tasks.
There are police with them off camera, you reckon?
Jobs, like sanding or painting ships, to even underwater welding, which is a very specialized job requiring different machinery and other complexities.
My name is Kabjul. I have been working in this shipyard for 30 years. I feel happy with my job. I work 8 hours a day and earn $6 a day. I'm very happy with my work. And
bro, this actually, yo, chat, I'm actually a big softie, man. Because this genuinely makes me feel bad. Like, it makes me feel like I would be scared to go to a country like this just because, like, you know, it's unknown. You know, you don't want to go down the wrong street. But it kind of makes me feel like I want to go here and just give them some money. Because, like, it's little to me, but so much to them. Like, genuinely, I just want to walk around and just hand out cash. I probably, if I was doing that, someone definitely would. I'd get kidnapped or something if I was doing that because someone would see it and take advantage. But
there is nothing I would like to change about it or my life.
One of the most impressive things about this interview is that I asked him what the worst part of this job is, and he said there is no worst part. He loves this job. You have no problems?
No problem.
No problem? You love it?
I love this job.
Amazing. People do their jobs happily. This is truly impressive. I don't know how many times I've said this today, but workers here in Bangladesh, it's no wonder they are called machines. Look at how they work without any kind of safety measures.
oh my
here.
days!
These guys are hanging with some makeshift setup. They don't have ladders. They don't have scaffolding. They don't wear harnesses. In factories, they work without anything to filter plastic fumes. Of course, this is part of something very cruel. In a way, the fact that there are no regulations, no laws providing them with certain guarantees,
That's a kid,
is very
mate.
harsh. But they work like machines. Look at everyone here, working and repairing ships, and no one complains. Out of all the people we've interviewed today, they all say it's Finn, that their job is fine.
My name is Muhammad Masudillah. I have been working at this port for 6 months. I work 8 hours a day and earn $4 a day. Most of the time,
He just said $4 a day. $4 a day. Bro, nowadays, you can't even get a sandwich for $4. $4 a day.
I work with a hammer. Every time I hit the ship, it makes a very loud
Like chat. Like our coffees are more than $4 a day.
noise. This can damage my hearing. That is the worst part of my job.
This job we are about to see sometimes requires up to 18 hours of non-stop work. What they do here is take apart pieces from dismantled ships, like this propeller, for example, which is broken and no longer works. They have to take it, put it into a furnace, which, in fact, is currently boiling. And there's no kind of safety here.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing indicates anything. People don't wear masks. They don't wear anything. Here, they melt the propeller and turn it into liquid metal. Then, inside here, there's a guy in charge of digging out the shape of the propeller, like the one we can see in the back. Once the shape is ready, they pour the liquid metal, or this liquid material, so that the propeller comes out new, completely repaired. Sometimes they work up to 15, 16, 18 hours, depending on demand, and they earn $130 a month.
Wow.
Approximately 75,000 colognes. Among everything we've seen, we haven't even mentioned the overwhelming amount of trash generated by this extreme overpopulation. Just look at what we have here.
Oh
In the
my
background,
God.
The Buriganga River, one of the most polluted rivers on the entire planet.
Oh man. Yo, how do you even fix this? Chat, how do you even fix this? Like, do you reckon it actually will be possible in the future one day? Or do you think it's like too far gone? Like, how, is this even fixable or not? Like, this whole entire economy, or pay people a normal wage? But then prices will go up. They'll be in the same boat. Who says there's anything to fix? What do you mean? They're so used to living like that they'll continue even if you clean it up. Crazy.
One of the few that has already died biologically due to pollution. And on top of
Jesus.
that, Bangladesh is the most polluted country on Earth. That's something we'll explore
Wow.
further in a full video. So subscribe and show this content a lot of love if you like it. It's quite...
They seem fine with it. Listen, they might be fine with it, but it's definitely the case of living with it because they don't know how to deal with it. Like, there's too many people here. If they clean it up, it will just get like that instantly again.
difficult to come all the way
It's
here.
a difference.
One
They're
of the
just
most
living with it.
oversaturated jobs is that of freight transporters. Usually, people who didn't study or didn't have the opportunity to learn anything end up doing this type of work. However, they are an essential part of the city's transportation and logistics system. Many work transporting raw materials to small plastic factories.
My name is Bello Halchin. I work as a porter. I work 12 to 14 hours a day and earn between 12 to 15 dollars daily. But it's very little money to support our family.
Some simply transport whatever they are asked to.
My name is Abdul Malik. I work in a garment factory. I work 10 to 12 hours a day and earn between $8 and $9 daily. I feel very happy with my lifestyle.
Others transport loads of up to 1 ton.
Jeez,
I've
man.
worked for 30 years with no set hours, sometimes 10 to 12 a day. I earn $18 to $20 daily and pay my assistants. I love my job and hope to do it for life.
This makes no sense. Look at the load this porter is carrying. It's as if he were a truck. These are the people who pull carts here in Bangladesh. And look at the size of the cart and the load. The load this man is carrying is so large that it has collapsed traffic. In fact, look, people are yelling. Everyone is angry with him because the load is hitting things as he moves and he can't pass.
Oh my
On top
God.
of that, people still throw themselves into the street, making things worse. What we're about to see breaks my heart because this entire problem even affects children. We're about to enter a plastic factory, and even with a mask on, I can feel the plastic on my face.
Oh.
It's entering through my nose. And here, we find a child who might be around 10 years old.
Wow.
His job is to grab the plastic pieces coming out of this machine, take them out, and polish them without any kind of protection, not even a mask. And behind him, they are also making plastic lids.
Do you know what they are, chat? You know when you go to Walmart or Target and you get those really nice, like, 10-pack of plastic bowls for $1? You're like, wow, this is a really good deal. This is what it is. This is what it is.
Also making plastic lids. This is a factory owned by someone who hires these workers. And for example, the child, who we don't even know if he's telling the truth, earns approximately $70 a month, working 6 to 8 hours a day here. In Dhaka, while some work up to 18 hours a day for miserable wages, there are others who don't even have access to a job. The Hijra are a transgender community recognized as the third official gender in Bangladesh. And here, there are no opportunities for them. They have to survive by begging on the streets and selling their bodies. People commonly feel the need to give them money because of the situation they live in. Due to the lack of space and rising housing prices, many people sleep in their workplaces, in trucks, in carts, under staircases. Those who manage to afford an apartment must live overcrowded in very small rooms.
How much
or
is
some
the
even
apartment?
live under bridges.
My name is Mr. Farouk. I have lived here for 30 years. I live here because I don't have the money for an apartment and haven't been able to find a job. So I stay here. It's very difficult to live with 25 people here during the rainy season. The mosquitoes have been a huge problem, and living here has been difficult because of the dirt and all the trash. We are suffering here, but we cannot afford to live in an apartment.
Due to extreme overpopulation, hospitals are overwhelmed. This hospital behind me is a public hospital in Bangladesh.
Thank you for the
And
sub,
it's estimated
Lambert.
that there are only 5 doctors per every 10,000 people.
Oh
On
my
top of
God.
that, private hospitals are inaccessible. They are unaffordable for most of the population.
Wait, how much do you reckon, like, the the police and the actual ambulance from these, because they're probably higher up jobs. I wonder how much they make.
1,000 people. On top of that, private hospitals are inaccessible. They are unaffordable for most of the population.
This is insane.
I've visited chaotic and overcrowded places, but never in my life have I seen anything like this. Look, the traffic doesn't move. Sometimes people can't even walk because traffic blocks this small pedestrian path. If I want to cross, I have to climb over a public transport vehicle.
That's
and when a
just
car
nuts.
tries to pass, everything collapses. That's what I mean. When a car comes through, everyone has to squeeze to the sides to let it pass. People tap on the car, warning the driver to be careful, but no one gets mad. I'm the only one completely shocked. For them, it's normal, just part of daily life.
Every day for them.
Friends, markets in this part of the world are insane, especially here in Bangladesh. These are the cheap butcher shops where most people buy chicken, fish, and shrimp because supermarkets are expensive, only for the wealthy. So here is where you find meat, vegetables, and even live animals for sale. Interestingly, in most markets like this that I visited, the smell is usually so strong that you'd want to run away, but not here. Honestly, it feels like a relatively clean market.
Yo, imagine going to a shop and be like, yeah, can I get some chicken wings, please? All right. I think that actually would make me go vegetarian. That would make me go vegetarian. Well, yeah, it is fresh. But I don't think I want to see that, man. I don't know if I want to see. There's a difference. I love meat, but I want to. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, yeah, it's as fresh as you're going to get, but food all the time.
Sell chicken here for $2.50.
I am curious to like know what it smells like though, like in that shop. It would be a very interesting smell.
That's 1,250 colognes per kilo. And something really curious, they have pigeons. At first, I thought they were selling them for food. I asked how much they cost, but they told me no, they're pets. In Islam, or at least here in Bangladesh, pigeons are believed to bring good luck. So some businesses keep pigeons as pets. What you're seeing behind me right now is a fruit and vegetable auction. They're unloading a container and people are placing bids. All these people standing on the side of the road, there's barely any space. Look at how things get when trucks pass by. Everyone is bidding on the produce the sellers are offering. This is a wholesale market. It's insane. At first glance, the streets of Bangladesh have a very shady business going on. You see thousands of these little cards scattered on the ground. And from what I've been told, if you call, you can get anything, from an escort to drugs.
Oh, really?
And you might wonder, if these cards are everywhere with phone numbers, why doesn't the police do anything? Well, it's because these are big criminal organizations that bribe the police, and that's how this kind of business operates.
Jesus,
Here in
man.
this country, the wind is starting to blow because the monsoon season is about to
Yo, it's just, it is actually nuts to me to think like in a place like this, there's still people, and there will be a lot of people still doing drugs. So how did they even afford that? How do you even, like, you gotta work a week, 2 weeks for one line of coke? Crazy.
begin in Bangladesh, bringing total chaos. When the wind blows, the dust becomes unbearable. It gets in your eyes, your throat, your nose. You can't breathe. I don't know if you can see it, but all that haze is pollution and dust. This is something I never imagined witnessing, and now I'm seeing an electrician fixing a power issue in the middle of this tangled mess of a...
So that cable management is that I thought my cable management under my desk was a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. I'm no electrician, but all my days.
electrical cables that cover the city. Well, my friend.
Bro, they don't fix the wire. They just put a new one in.
This is where today's incredible and shocking video...
Yeah, imagine. You're on the phone to the customer. Alright, so which wire do you want me to fix? The black one. Huh? Yeah, you see the one in the sky? The black one. Huh? Yo, how do you even know which wires to fix? How do you even know?
This is where today's incredible and shocking video ends. Tell me below, what did you think about everything we saw today? From my perspective, I'm amazed by how many hours people work here.
It's shocking.
The low wages they receive.
It is
and their
shocking.
attitude, despite having such hard and poorly paid jobs. This is the first video in an incredible series about Bangladesh. So don't forget.
Honestly, it just makes me wish that we actually did more for them. Like, I personally feel like there's so many charities out there, but I don't really seem like this don't ever seem to change. I feel like with how much money like some of these charities get, like how is the world not, you know, unless it has improved, but the scale is so big that like they can, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's been for so many years, right?